Welcome back to the channel. This is another Platinum Hunters Xtra video where we tend to talk about stuff pertaining to trophies, including unobtainable trophies, odd stuff, as well. I also like to talk about stuff pertaining to the channel, and in this case we are going to be talking about E3 2021, baby. We'll have the Summer Games Fest content in here as well, because we can't forget about that, and there was a lot of good reveals there too. But based on those crazy 5 days of new game reveals and new game updates showing, I want to give you guys a look at what's going to be coming to the channel this year, which games I'm going to be playing, as well more things I'm interested in, and some Xbox and Nintendo stuff. This is probably going to be the only time I get to talk about Xbox and Nintendo on this PlayStation Trophies centric channel. And this E3 was definitely the weirdest E3 out of all of them. Heck, PlayStation, the thing we talk about every week on this channel, wasn't even there. They had some reveals, but they've decided to just completely not be there. So it was definitely a very, very weird showing. But we're going to cover a lot of stuff that I found interesting. Not everything, but most of the stuff that you'll probably see on this channel later on. And if you want to know my thoughts on everything they showed this year at E3 and Summer Games Fest, check out Jacked In Podcasts episode 77. That's the podcast that I do every Wednesday night with my co-host John, and we go over everything that happens during the week and bring on awesome guests. You can find that linked in the description below. But enough talk. Let's get into the top 5 games that are definitely coming to the channel this year. The first one is Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, both of them, and I can't wait for the third one to eventually come. But when I saw this, I was immediately excited, because this is another Marvel game that's narrative driven, like Spider-Man, and not quite like Avengers. No offense to anybody who likes that game, but I like the narrative games much better than the multiplayer games. And they came out with this with some big dick energy, because they showed off not only cinematics, what the game looks like, they showed off gameplay. And that takes a lot of balls to do. And they said it's coming out this year. Who knows if it's going to be delayed, but I still was very excited for what was shown. Admittedly, some of the gameplay looks like it could be a little bit repetitive, and I hope that there's more weaponry and more ways that you can interact in the combat. But from what I saw from a character design standpoint, I think this game is going to be very good. Voice acting was great. The designs of the characters were really good. And they have the consultancy of people who have written Guardians of the Galaxy comics and stories. So what's not to like? I'm definitely going to be checking this one out, and that's coming to the channel. I'll be doing a Platinum Trophy guide for that one. Next, the game that was revealed before E3 and we've sort of been seeing a lot more of, it's Back 4 Blood. I love Left 4 Dead, and Left 4 Dead 2 especially. I remember getting all the achievements with my friends. So you can bet that when this game drops, I'm going to be jumping in. I absolutely love that the original studio behind Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 is making their own spiritual successor for this. And they're going to take the iconic old way of playing the game and take it in a new direction. Try some new things and make it feel like this is like a Left 4 Dead 3 that could have been. As well, they're also coming back with multiplayer mode. Multiplayer mode is just fun. Whether you're playing as humans, whether you're playing as the infected, both are just really good experiences. And definitely that's going to be fun to play. I'm going to be dumping a ton of hours into that. Hades is coming to PlayStation. This game first dropped on PC, then it came to Switch, and now it's coming to PlayStation. I did not hesitate to put a pre-order for it down, and it's physical. There's a physical version of it. That's awesome. So definitely we'll be covering it here on the channel. I've been on a roguelike high. Yes, Returnal did not burn me out of that. I still want to play some more roguelike games because I really, really enjoy the genre, at least from what I've played from the genre. So definitely, I hear this is one of the best ones in the genre. We'll have to cover it here. A game that I've been trying to cover on this channel for so very long. Definitely one of the games that inspired me to do this whole thing with Platinum Hunters, and that's Overcooked. I don't know why I haven't covered a single Overcooked game on this channel yet. And there's going to be a good reason to do it. And I think I'm going to wait and drop a Platinum Trophy Guide for Overcooked All You Can Eat when the birthday DLC comes out later in August. I could have covered the original Overcooked 2 and the DLC, which there is plenty and lots of trophies to get. But Overcooked All You Can Eat is just the best way to play Overcooked 1 and 2. So I think I'm going to go that route instead. And when the birthday celebration comes to celebrate Overcooked's birthday, I will be there. RSVP. And another piece of DLC that I'm definitely going to be checking out is Rocket League and the crossover with Fast 9. I'm a big Rocket League fan. I have almost all the trophies. If anybody out there wants to help me out with those last multiplayer ones, hit me up. And I would love to cover this. As well, I'd probably go back and retroactively cover all the trophies in Rocket League. And I think that's what you'll probably see coming. Those are the 5 things that you're definitely going to see on the channel this year. I have one more thing that I want to talk about, and that's Slime Rancher 2. I was pretty hyped for that, I must say. I played the original on the PC, and I also have bought Slime Rancher 1 for PS4. So you can probably expect the first game to drop on the channel, but Slime Rancher 2 isn't coming out till 2022. So when that game drops, I will be on that. I love monster capturing games, whether they're RPGs or if they're Pokemon style, or if they're like this, where it's an open world and just go out and capture these slimes and discover all the different types of them. I love monster capturing sim kind of games. It's just one of the things that never fails to impress me. And this one will be on the channel in 2022. Then there's a bunch of games that I'm potentially going to play. I make no guarantees that there will be a Platinum Hunters episode dedicated to them, but these are the things that I saw at E3 that definitely interest me and could cross over into the show. We got Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is a Borderlands spin-off of possibly the best DLC that they ever had in Borderlands, and that's the Tiny Tina's Dragon Keep DLC. Then we also got Death Stranding Director's Cut. I've always been interested in playing Death Stranding, although I hear it's a bit of a grind with the mail delivery system. But let's see what the Director's Cut's going to give us. Maybe it might show up on the channel. Tales of Arise. I really like Tales games. I've played only a few of them, but from what I've played, I've certainly enjoyed what they have to offer, and this one looks really good. As well, from Bandai Namco, Elden Ring. I just love Game of Thrones, and if he's got his spin on this, definitely going to be a good game. Now, whether I cover this game or not is definitely going to depend on if I enjoy Bloodborne, which we still need to do for the PlayStation Plus collection. That's where we're going to be doing all 22 games in the collection, and we'll see how much I like Bloodborne, and maybe I might just jump right into Elden Ring or Demon Souls. Maybe that might come to the channel. Rainbow Six Extraction. Now, I'm very intimidated by the Rainbow Six Siege multiplayer, so if they can bring the gameplay aspect along with the operators into a cool PvE setting like this, then I might be on board and I might want to jump into this one. This was an odd announcement, and I think I'm the only one that has some excitement for it. Avatar: New Frontiers, which is being made by the same studio that made The Division. I kind of like Avatar. I think that's a very uncommon opinion amongst people, even though it is the best-selling movie of all time. So I'm going to be looking closely at this one and see how it shapes up. I imagine it's going to be that Ubisoft signature open world game, but we'll see. I do like Avatar. I don't have that as a deterrent for this game, but I just want to see more. Another open world game, Dying Light 2. We got to see more of that, and I think that looks pretty good. I need to play the first one still if I'm going to jump into this one. So maybe you might see Dying Light number 1 on the channel, but we'll see. Life is Strange True Colors. I love the Life is Strange series, and it's hard to make a video on a narrative game, especially with the way they've treated the trophies for the first 2 games. I don't know if I can make a video for this one if that game decides to follow suit. But I just want to let you guys know that I love Life is Strange, and maybe with the remastered version of 1 and 2, maybe I could find a way to make a video encapsulating all the Life is Strange games, including Life is Strange 2. But we'll see how that shakes out. I'm still like mulling over it in my head. Again, same situation with Ace Attorney Chronicles. I love the Ace Attorney games, but it is a narrative-driven game like Life is Strange. More of a visual novel rather than like the more interactive experience that is Life is Strange. But I love playing those games. I have a ton of those games done and platinumed on my list, and I've been waiting very patiently for this Ace Attorney Chronicles game because it was Japanese exclusive for so long, and now we finally get to play them. If you've stuck around this long, you guys are awesome. I just want to give you guys a quick shout out. Definitely drop a like to let me know you're here. And now we're going to talk about Xbox and Nintendo stuff. As I said, this is going to be the only time I get to talk about this stuff until probably next E3 or maybe Game Awards, who knows. But let's start with the Xbox stuff that I was interested in. And definitely Stalker 2 is one, because ever since I watched the HBO Chernobyl series, I have been obsessed with that unfortunate event in our history. The stuff that people are creating around the concept is always really good. And from what I saw from Stalker 2, finally getting out there and putting something very substantial, I liked it. I liked what I saw. It's definitely very good. Now, this game will eventually come to PlayStation, so maybe it might just be on the channel one day, but for now it's going to be Xbox exclusive. Sea of Thieves is getting Jack Sparrow and Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. I saw Davy Jones, I saw a whole bunch of other Pirates of the Caribbean stuff that's coming to that game, and that game has had a renaissance. It's definitely a No Man's Sky situation, even though maybe it doesn't have as much content as No Man's Sky, and you kind of have to make the fun. I think that game has done enough to impress people, and it's worth checking out, especially if you have Game Pass, where you can just pay the Game Pass and get it for free. If you want my opinion on Game Pass, absolutely love it, and PlayStation Now is a far cry from Game Pass, and Sony needs to do better on that shit. Same situation with Psychonauts 2. You pay Game Pass, you get it for free inside that, and you get to try it and play it, no strings attached. Psychonauts 2 looks great. I played a little bit of the very first game a while back, and I liked what I was playing. I'm a big platformer guy, so I thought that was pretty fun. And this game just looks very vibrant, very colorful, lots of great voice acting, and it's definitely one to check out. This game is also coming to PlayStation, strangely enough, so we'll be able to get that and get a platinum trophy out of it. And then the game that I really need to go back to and complete it is The Outer Worlds. And they announced The Outer Worlds 2 coming to Xbox. As we know, Obsidian is now owned by Xbox, so we won't be able to play the sequel if you just have a PlayStation console like I do. But eventually, when I do get a Series X, I'll give it a try. I need to go back and play The Outer Worlds with number 1, because I was playing it and then life interrupted me and I never got back to it, and I was having a good time with it. I really enjoyed it, so I'll definitely have to check that one out again. To me, the clear as day winner of E3 was Nintendo. They came there with their direct to clap cheeks, and they showed off a ton of amazing games and exclusives that are all coming this year. First off, we're gonna have Kazuya Mishima from Tekken in Smash Bros. That is big. Tekken is a very, very well-known franchise, and I know that we couldn't have Heihachi because his voice actor unfortunately passed away, but Kazuya is also awesome, and it's great that we're gonna have him in. We've seen this game a ton of times in multiple directs, but I'm still kind of interested in Monster Hunter Stories 2 because it is a monster capturing kind of game. It reminds me of Pokemon, but more Dragon Quest like, and I'm still pretty interested. I might have to go back and find how to play the first one because I think that was a 3DS game, and I definitely want to play that before I start the second one. Then we got Mario Party Superstars. Yes, this could have been DLC for Super Mario Party, but oh well. That's Nintendo's thing, I guess. That's one bad thing, but the good thing is that it's all the old boards and all the old mini games. I loved playing those back in the day with my buddies, and I never had an N64, so my experiences were definitely over at their houses playing these Mario Party games and these boards. It's very nostalgic to me, and I'm happy that they're releasing this. And another pleasant surprise, Metroid Dread, another 2D Metroid game that's not a remake. This is a brand new game, another entry in the series, and whew, I love this. This is great. It's not Metroid Prime 4, but who cares now? This is awesome. We can wait for Metroid Prime 4. This is coming out this year, and it looks very, very good. Made by the same team, Mercury's team, that made the Metroid Prime 2 remake, so you know it's gonna be good. And then Nintendo was just showing off, man. They were just showing us what they got coming and what they got cooking for the next months of this year. WarioWare Get It Together. That's great. Another WarioWare title. People are very, very in love with this. I remember being at Anime North playing WarioWare games with people, just playing these simple mini games, and this game looks like it's just going to be that fun multi-friend experience, just like the other one. Shin Megami Tensei 5 looks great. Shin Megami Tensei is not a series in my wheelhouse. I don't play lots of RPGs, but again, it's a monster capturing RPG. You immediately got my attention when I saw that, and I love the designs of our main characters. I love the swagger that it has. I don't know much about the other games, but this one has like a swagger to it, and it just seems like it's going to be a really good game that I might check out in between playing games for Platinum Hunters. I do play games on other consoles. I'm not just playing games on PlayStation. Mario plus Rabbids Spark of Hope looks great. Another game in that series, made by Ubisoft with Nintendo's grace. The original was fun from what I played, and this one looks like it's just going to be more fun with more characters and a cool new setting. Advance Wars 1 plus 2 rebooted. Let me tell you about Advance Wars. I love these games. My fondest memories of these games are playing them on emulator, playing through the stories. Yes, I did use save states when I was getting clapped. I'll admit it, I'll tell you that. But it was part of the fun. I love tactics games like this, and I had a lot of fun with a spiritual successor called Tiny Metal, which was really, really fun. But I'm glad that I get to come back to these titles and enjoy them once again. And then finally, I wasn't super impressed with what they show, but how can you not get excited for some Breath of the Wild 2 footage? It's not quite what I wanted to see out of it. I expected this game to come out with gameplay so we could run through it, but maybe it's just not that far along as we thought. But I think what they did show was pretty good. I was a little bit disappointed, but I definitely looking forward to the new Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. When they do show more, I will be more happier about it. Just right now, I'm just kind of disappointed with what they show. But just, it's on this list because I want to say that I love the first game, and I'm definitely looking out for the second one. That's everything that I found interesting at E3. Let me know down in the comment section what you liked at E3. Let me know your general thoughts about this E3. It's an all digital event, so it's very, very different, and I'm sure there's going to be a range of opinions about whether they like this way or they want the old way back. definitely let me know. I'm very curious. I don't get a lot of opportunities to find out people's opinions about things, but I'm always very in tune when somebody tells me their opinion about video games, and I especially want to hear it now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you're looking forward to what's coming to the channel. Stay tuned for more trophy guide videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.